Welcome back. With less than 3 weeks out until the election day, the latest polls show Republican Winsome Earle-Sears closing in on Democrat Abigail Spanberger. Democrats are still reeling from the violent text messages sent by AG candidate Jay Jones, where he fantasized about killing a GOP lawmaker. Now Earle-Sears is calling out her Democrat rival for standing by Jones and not telling him to drop out.
Would it take him pulling the trigger? Is that what would do it? And then you would say he needs to get out of the race? What if he said it about your your 3 children?
This comes as Spanberger's website is selling T-shirts and bumper stickers with Jones' name on them. Joining us now for tonight's big close-up is Virginia gubernatorial candidate and current Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earle-Sears. Lieutenant Governor, thanks for joining us. I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you for being a Marine as well. We just talked about that last segment, and we're always more proud than we probably should be. That's it. That's right. But to turn to something a little bit more serious, this race is tight, but you're behind. I know there's a lot going on with your candidate and how she does or doesn't support Jay Jones. What is your message that tells people to vote for you regardless of, say, what we would call the mud?
So we have come back actually from a polls that have been showing me behind even up to 20. So we're going to win this because we have common sense. And I believe that the people of Virginia are looking at what Spanberger is saying and they're thinking she's not governor material, because you know that if your fellow Marine had advocated for the murder of your Marine and also the children, the toddlers, in the way that he had, that Jay Jones had, he would have been brought up on some kind of charges and summarily dismissed. She doesn't have the character, and neither does Jay Jones. This is abhorrent, actually.
Lieutenant Governor, I want to ask you a personal question. I watched your debate against Spanberger, and one of the things that struck me as you were asking her to respond to some of these issues, it's not just that she was silent. She couldn't even look at you. She didn't even acknowledge you. What were your feelings in that moment? What were you thinking as that happened?
You know, I'm thinking she's making political calculations about her future. And she's thinking, if I say this, then that he has to leave, Jay Jones has to leave the race, then these people won't vote for me. But if I say that he's got to stay, then these people won't vote for me. So what did she do? She took the middle road. She took the middle road, which is not the right road. She knows what she should have said, and that is that he has to leave. So she's looking out for herself. I don't even think she cares about Jay Jones. She simply just wants to win, and she wants to win at all costs. This is like CIA stuff. I just don't even understand it, but then again, she is CIA.
You know, Lieutenant Governor, former President Barack Obama is also stepping into your race. He's throwing his full support behind your opponent, Abigail Spanberger. Listen to this.
Virginia's elections are some of the most important in the country this year. Having the right governor matters, and I'm proud to endorse Abigail Spanberger.
But, you know, Lieutenant Governor, when we look across the aisle, President Trump, you know, he has not publicly endorsed you yet. So I'm curious about, you know, whether or not you've had any conversations or communications with the White House and whether you want his endorsement.
Well, of course, I'm looking for his endorsement. I'm looking for all endorsements. But here's the thing. We are moving forward. And we are winning, and we're winning because we have the right answers. The people are telling me they want to keep their taxes low. And, of course, I'm going to do that because we've been doing that. But my opponent, Abigail Spanberger, says she's going to raise their taxes. The people want to be safe and secure in their homes, and so they don't want their police gone. They don't want their qualified immunity gone. But Abigail Spanberger has already voted and taken money from PACs that exactly want the police gone and their qualified immunity. And she's going to bring back sanctuary state in Virginia. I say nay. We don't want that. And then, of course, she wants, nude men in locker rooms with our girls. We cannot have that. The people of Virginia don't want that, and we've got to keep creating jobs. These are the things that the people of Virginia have been telling me about, that Abigail Spanberger knows nothing about, has never been here when we were doing all this work. Where has she been? So she needs on-the-job training. I don't. I'm ready to take command on day one.
Lieutenant Governor, this is Dr. Siegel. You know, you're a person of great faith, and you've written some great books on faith. I have a new book coming out on miracles. I'm very struck by that, and I think it contrasts you from the gutter stuff here that's going on. The imagery of Hitler coming up deeply bothers me. Your thoughts?
You know, I don't even know what to say about some of these people and how they think. You know, these politicians, they're divisive. And haven't we had enough of division? We have seen when you have leaders who are politicians and they say things like, my opponent, let your rage fuel you. And they said it after Charlie Kirk. She still kept saying it, Abigail Spanberger, to her supporters, let your rage fuel you. What rage, Abigail? And fuel what, Abigail? And to whom, Abigail? I mean, we want our leaders to bring us together. And I'm so tired of political violence. I've seen this when I was 10 years old growing up in my home country. We don't want that here.
Lieutenant Governor, quickly, the government shutdown, that lays off thousands of Virginians that work in D.C. If you were governor today, would you be on the phone with President Trump and Republicans urging them to make a deal? Do you think that you could have a role in that as leader of a state with so many federal workers living there?
You know, it's a great question. But you know who really could make a difference? It's the sitting senator, Mark Warner, and Tim Kaine in Virginia. The two of them together, if they would go back to their jobs, they only have one job. Just keep the federal government open. Keep federal workers in their jobs. And as a matter of fact, I just saw Senator Warner because I'm at the JMU versus ODU game, and he was coming off the elevator. And I got to tell you, they know what they need to do. They've been playing political football with federal workers' lives for their own benefit, Abigail Spanberger included. They need to go to work. Go to work and put the federal workers back to work. They have bills to pay. And by the way, the senators, they should not take any pay until they get back to work.
I don't disagree at all. I haven't checked the score, but James Madison's usually a pretty good football team, so I'll check that out. Listen, Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earle-Sears, thank you for joining us, and of course, thank you for your service as a Marine.
Thank you. God bless you all.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.